Expect to get an update from the NTSB on the deadly runway crash at LaGuardia Airport.
Now, we've learned the black boxes from the plane have been recovered. Runway 4, where the crash happened, still closed, though, through Friday. Several passengers on the Air Canada flight remain hospitalized, and we're still waiting to hear what led to this devastating incident.
We have live team coverage at LaGuardia Airport, taking you through the latest developments and the remaining disruptions for travelers. We want to start with Elijah Westbrook with the latest on the investigation. Elijah.
Well, Cindy and Chris, I can tell you that flights are back up and running right here at LaGuardia Airport, but I do want to mention that essentially they're operating at reduced capacity, and that's because this runway you see here, this is runway 4, is shut down following yesterday's collision. This as there's an active investigation you can see there in the distance playing out right now as we speak. Now, an Air Canada plane, flight 8646, slams right into a Port Authority fire truck just before midnight Sunday. Surveillance video shows the jet rolling over the truck, the nose of the plane collapsing on impact. On board, 76 people, and sadly, the pilot, Antoine Foray, and his co-pilot were killed. More than 40 others were hurt, including firefighters. Now, this morning, the airport is open again, but the runway where this happened remains closed. Investigators say there's a tremendous amount of debris they're still working through. The NTSB has already recovered the black boxes, and they're now focusing on audio recordings and communications. But the one big question, how did a fire truck and a landing plane end up on the same runway? Well, CBS News senior transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve had this perspective on it.
It's likely that the fire truck and the air traffic controllers were talking to each other on one radio channel, and the plane and the controller were talking on another. So those pilots never heard that fire truck be cleared to come across the runway, and that plane, before they land, they pitch the nose up. It's called flaring. So those pilots may have not seen that fire truck until they were wheels down and barreling down runway 4.
And so today, investigators are expected to release more information, possibly about what was happening inside the control tower. We know that the FAA is also looking into whether staffing or fatigue may have been a factor since this happened late at night. Back out here live, this investigation is expected to take months, if not longer, as officials work to figure out how this happened and how to make sure that it doesn't happen again. We're live right now just outside of LaGuardia Airport. Elijah Westbrook, CBS News, New York.
And as Elijah mentioned, one key focus for the FAA will be diving into the air traffic control staffing numbers. The Department of Transportation says more than one controller was working in the tower that night, but won't say how many. The DOT says the overall staffing for the tower included 33 certified controllers, 4 short of the FAA's ideal staffing target. But aviation experts say ATC staffing tends to drop late at night when there are fewer flights. Former FAA official tells us he was surprised by recordings that show the same controller who cleared the Air Canada jet to land also cleared the Port Authority truck to cross the runway.
That is different than what my expectations would be. I would expect that there would be one controller responsible for the movement of the ground traffic, such as the vehicles, and another controller responsible for the runways, aircraft taking off and landing.
A recent federal audit found the number of controllers in the U.S. dropped by 6% over the last decade. During that same time period, the number of flights relying on the air traffic control system rose by 10%.
Rebecca LaCory was one of 72 passengers and 4 crew members inside the Air Canada Express plane. She describes the terrifying experience.
It was like a grinding noise, and then after that, it was a huge just boom, and we just all jolted out of our seats. I was actually sitting next to the emergency exit door, so I opened the emergency exit. By the time I got out, an emergency personnel helped me jump off the wing of the plane. I felt like the pilots saved our lives. I felt like their quick thinking and quick action braking slowed the impact and lessened what could have been an even bigger fatality. They're the reasons I was able to make it home safe to see my boys.
More than 43 people were taken to the hospital, including flight attendant Solange Tremblay. She was thrown more than 300 feet from the aircraft while still strapped to her jump seat. Tremblay had been sitting behind the pilots at the time of the crash and was found on the runway. She is expected to survive.
Well, travelers at LaGuardia are still dealing with delays and cancellations. Aziza Shuler joins us live with more on what airline passengers can expect if they have LaGuardia in their plans. Aziza?
Good morning, Chris. Well, people are arriving here at least 6 to 8 hours early, anticipating those long security check-in lines that we've seen over the past couple of days. But that is not the issue here at LaGuardia today, at least. Right now, it's the delays and cancellations that have worsened after yesterday's ground stop. Now, the Transportation Secretary says the airport is operating at reduced capacity as the runway where the accident happened is closed until Friday morning. As Elijah explained, American and Canadian investigators are surveying the Air Canada plane and fire truck that collided. Travelers attempting to resume their plans to fly out of LaGuardia have been hit with delay after delay and tons of cancellations. While this is inconveniencing, leaving many in limbo, most understand that this is out of their control.
We're gonna go get the hotel and stay there, and maybe on 25th we will get the flight back home.
After this, I'm not flying for a while.
Yeah.
Unfortunate what happened, but it made me step back from flying for a minute.
And already this morning, cancellations are climbing here at LaGuardia. We're at about 138 cancellations, and there are also 70 delays. Most of the people I'm talking to this morning, their flights are already delayed. For now, we're live from LaGuardia, Terminal A. Aziza Shuler, CBS News, New York.
Aziza, thank you. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani joined officials who gathered at LaGuardia Airport after the crash. His office posted these pictures on social media showing the mayor getting updates and attending a briefing. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy and Governor Kathy Hochul were among those who joined the mayor to thank first responders and update New Yorkers on the runway crash.
Now, yesterday's crash came 34 years to the day of one of the deadliest accidents at LaGuardia, March 22nd, 1992. U.S. Air Flight 405 headed to Cleveland, crashed just seconds after takeoff. The plane never gained altitude, skidding off the runway and into Flushing Bay. 27 people on board were killed. Investigators later determined that ice on the wings prevented the plane from getting off the ground, leading to a stall just after takeoff.
We'll have continuing coverage on this runway crash at LaGuardia Airport. In the next half hour, we'll have more stories from the passengers on the plane.